Hello, my name is Said Zeineddine. I am the nephew of Nazira Zeineddine. This video is taped as part of Professor Tucker's history class for Master of Arts in Arab Studies at Georgetown University. This is the original As-Sufur wal-Hijab, Unveiling and Veiling, the book that Nazira Zeineddine wrote 87 years ago when she was 20 years old. In this book, Nazira spoke without fear when women were expected to keep quiet. She was the first woman to write an entire book on women's rights and was also the first woman to interpret Quranic verses and declare that face veils are not Islamic, a topic that until today is still being debated. To Nazira, unveiling was not limited to the act itself. On the contrary, it had a lot of connotation. The hidden meaning was to remove obstacles that stood in the way of women's freedom. At that time, this included intellectual equality with men, the right to education, freedom of choice, political rights, and so on. I believe that Nazira chose to fight this battle because she was a reflection of her father's personality. Said Zeineddine was a judge who fought corruption throughout his career in pursuit of justice. Most importantly, he fought against the interference of political powers in the justice system. Said was a strong believer in education, specifically in educating women. During World War I, schools were cancelled, so he got Nazira a private tutor to educate her. After the war ended, he enrolled her into the Nazareth school despite the fact that she was not a Christian. This tells you about the environment that Nazira lived in that helped shape her personality. It unleashed the warrior in her that fought for freedom and equality, just like her father was a fighter for justice. Many have asked why she stopped writing. After Nazira wrote her first book, she received a lot of praise, both regionally and globally. Her supporters ranged from distinguished writers and poets to well-known opinion leaders and activists. I still have most of the original letters she received from the Arab world, Africa, as well as the Americas. Despite all this praise, her bravery led to certain consequences. She was subject to severe attacks from fundamentalists who threatened her because she spoke out instead of surrendering to silence. Another factor that may have contributed to her withdrawal were letters that women sent to her. They acknowledged her effort in trying to help, but instead faced more suffering from the male-dominated society. Nazira expressed this in her second book, Al-Fatat wa Shuyukh, The Girl and the Sheikh. She dreamt of a voice telling her to break her pen, symbolically indicating that she needed to stop writing. Eventually, Nazira was forgotten. However, she managed to bridge the gap between those who wrote about women's rights in the late 19th century, such as Qasim Amin, and the female activists who came at a later stage. Today, writers and scholars are reviving Nazira's contribution to women's rights, allowing her to live on through her books. So, the question isn't why did Nazira stop writing, but instead, what if she had not stopped writing? How far would she have gone?